First guest tonight is one of the all-time comedy greats. Just like the rest of us, he's at home watching television. He loves eggs. Please welcome Billy Kristol, everybody. Hi, Billy.
Hi, Jimmy. Thanks, everybody in the studio. Please sit down. Thank you. Thank you.
So, Billy, what did you watch tonight? Did you watch the Yankees or did you watch?
I get dressed. To root out. It's not good news. I was still recovering from my Clipper woes.
Oh yes, right.
And then the Yankees are in a little trouble. But then the debate was insane. Pence to me is like, he's that guy that you say to your wife, "Why did you invite him?" I mean, it's like, the comparison between the two of them, with that squinty thing that he does.
Yes.
Under the leadership of President Trump, we've lost 210,000 people. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. And he's, if he was a rapper, I think his name would be Notorious B.I.G.O.T.
If he was a rapper.
To this guy, Roots is like a romantic comedy to him. And it's so obvious. This is the best we have.
You're not part of Team Pence. I thought for sure you'd be on.
Well, I was for a while, but then the empty box video that you showed just threw me to the other side.
Did you watch?
I've had a hard last couple of days.
Why have you had a hard couple of days?
Well, first of all, I've been in this house since March.
Oh yeah, right.
And now, it's like my Alexa is acting up. So I say to her every morning, "Alexa, would you play this song?" And now she says to me 2 days ago, "No, I don't like that song." I said, "Alexa, I needed the recipe for blueberry pancakes." She goes, "You don't need that. You don't want that. You don't want that." And then last night, I'm watching the Yankee game, and I want to check in on the Lakers score. I said, "What's the Lakers score, Alexa? Alexa, what's the Lakers score?" She says, "Who gives a I'm watching a Dodger game." So then this morning, I come in, and I hear whispering. She's talking to somebody else, and I go, "Alexa, who are you talking to?" And she starts to cry. And I said, "Who are you talking to?" "Well, she's having a thing with Siri."
Oh.
And now I don't know what to do. So my whole house it's not a smart house right now.
It's funny. It's like when you are in the house, you start to develop a weird relationship with these machines, especially when they have a woman's voice.
Yeah.
And
no,
you've been
I
married.
know.
You celebrated your 50th anniversary over
50th, yeah.
Yeah.
That you can stand up for.
Yeah, that's pretty great. I mean, that is impressive.
It was, when we hit 49. We were married very young. I was 8, Janice was 6. It was a prearranged Hasidic thing. And so when we hit 49, we go, well, we have to have a big celebration. The 25th anniversary, we got remarried. We did our vows, had a big bash. It was great. But the 50th was really something. But now, we were indoors. It's in June. So my beautiful daughters put together this huge Zoom with all of our relatives and friends from around the country. And you were very sweet to send really funny good wishes to us in a video. And so that was great to celebrate that way. But then this house is a very strange old house. It was built in the early 30s. And the people who built the house were in vaudeville. They had a mind reading act. They were known Francis and Harry Usher. And he helped build the Magic Castle. Oh. So when we moved in, they showed us these pictures of all of these people who were in this amphitheater that they built, like a little Roman amphitheater in the hillside. And all of their friends were there. And it was like The Shining, like who was there then? Uh-huh. And there's Will Rogers, there's Jack Benny, there's Red Skelton, there's George Burns, there's Mrs. Harry Houdini. There's all of these people. So we always wanted to renovate this little theater. So my kids, that week of it, renovated the theater, and they created a little outdoor restaurant for us. And my grandchildren, who are the girls are 17 and 14, the boys are 10 and 7, they were the waiters and waitresses.
Oh.
And they took care of us. So we had this very romantic dinner, just the two of us outside in this old amphitheater. And you know what? It was perfect, Jimmy, because Janice and I started out together alone in 1966 when we first dated during the Johnson administration. And to have this little private dinner, and it was really kind of perfect.
Did you tip your grandkids afterwards?
No.
No.
Because honestly, the service was slow. And they have to learn.
What do you are you watching a lot of television? What are you doing? And what do you watch on television?
What are you doing? I'm catching up on things that I didn't get a chance to see. I'm in season 2 of Cheers. Funny.
Very funny, yeah.
Really funny. And I hope those two get together. They should be together. And this is all stuff I didn't have a chance to see. I'm in season 6 of, I don't know if you've seen it, Seinfeld is hilarious.
Yes, it's a very good one, yeah.
Really funny. Yeah, really funny. But I've been involved in a lot of projects. I'm doing a charity event to raise awareness, Jim, of a new medical condition, like we needed one, that's affecting 190 million Americans every day.
What is that?
And it's mask breath. And I might as well wear my underwear on my nose. It's like, what? It's just, that's one of the real bad side effects of constantly wearing a mask.
You have been working on a project, and we're going to show that project, a bit of it when we come back. You've been working on something with Rob Reiner and with Phil Rosenthal. Great, Phil Rosenthal from Everybody Loves Raymond. And a surprise... no, I don't think I should say a surprise.
No.
From the world
show a little
of politics.
Bit, right?
From the world of politics, yes. When we come back, Billy Kristol will join us again. We'll be right back.
For his take on the election, welcome Bill Kristol.
Thank you.
Hello,
it's really
everybody.
good to be
So
with
nice
you.
to be. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
They introduced me. They said Billy Kristol.
I think they said Bill Kristol.
No. They said Billy Kristol. Billy. I distinctly heard the Y.
I'm pretty sure they said Bill, and I don't use the Y.
How come?
Because I'm not 5.
We are back with Billy Kristol, not Bill Kristol, Bill Kristol is, for those who don't follow this sort of thing, a conservative commentator, lifelong Republican, who joined you in an effort to do what specifically?
This is an ad that'll, I guess, what do the kids say? It'll drop tomorrow. Bill and I joined forces. He approached me with this organization called Jews Defending American Values, and it's a spot for senior citizens, mostly in Florida, because if we can get the seniors out to vote for Joe Biden, which is what we're both about in the ad, then we can win Florida. Then there's almost no way that Trump can win the election.
Did you ever imagine we would be in a situation where you were joining with a lifelong Republican to get people in Florida to vote?
No, that's what I thought was such an enticing thing to do this, because I don't really come out and say, vote for him. I do it, in the way of investing and sending money and so on and so forth and supporting. But this was such a great way to educate people, especially seniors who care about Medicaid, who care about Medicare and Social Security and health care in a humorous way to get them to vote for the right guy, which is Joe Biden.
As I mentioned, your friend Rob Reiner directed this video.
Right.
Yeah, and was Bill Kristol, was he able to deliver all the jokes?
He was great. We were an interesting team, sort of, Ivory and Ivory. and he was great fun and very very open about his disdain for what's happened to his party, because there doesn't feel like there is a Republican Party anymore. And he wanted to do this, and so I thought it was great and noble of him to want to do this.
You're not a person who's taken a very hard line. How many presidents have you met and spent time with over the course of your career?
First one, Ronald Reagan. I met Jimmy Carter. He actually came to the premiere of City Slickers 2 in Atlanta.
Wow.
At the great Fox Theater, and he came dressed as a cowboy. That was the greatest. He did, and Clinton, Trump, and
the Bushes.
both Bushes, Bushes, the whole garden. I got the whole garden. When we were screening 61, the movie I directed about Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle, at the White House for President Bush. And it's in the White House screening room, and all of these, hotshot guys and gals were there. And the movie opens with 3 really dirty, rough jokes that Mickey Mantle says, who was played by Tom Jane. And I was like a little nervous about it because of the women in the crowd and so on and so forth, and the president. I said to him, "There's only 3 more of those." And he goes, "Bring them on." And so in the movie, Roger Maris, who played by Barry Pepper, hits his 53rd home run, and we show it, and I have this right-handed pitcher named Frank Larry throw the pitch, and Maris says, "Home run." And the president turns to me and says, "It's not Frank Larry. It was Hank Aguirre. Hank Aguirre threw the 50th." I said, "How do you know that?" He goes, "Well, yeah, it was Aguirre, a lefty." And I said, "Here's the crazy thing about this, Jimmy. The day we were shooting that scene, the guy playing Hank Aguirre did not show up.
Wow.
So I had to use the guy playing Frank Larry because he was the only guy who could throw a strike. And so it's wrong, and he caught it. He saw that the 53rd home run was hit by Hank Aguirre.
You think
he saw, but the weapons of mass destruction. Isn't that the craziest thing?
He is a lefty, right? Maybe that's why it stuck with him. I think, well, not politically, obviously, but
yeah.
No,
it was crazy.
What about his dad? What about George H.W. Bush? Did you know him at all?
I met him once at a dinner. All right, I'm going to tell this story.
Okay, good.
Right. Was invited to an informal dinner. It was not a political event at all, by a friend, and I think you knew Jerry Weintraub.
Yes.
The late Jerry Weintraub.
Great guy, yeah.
So he had this beautiful estate in Malibu called Blue Heaven. So, and he even had a cottage for the Bushes. So he was very close friends with Barbara and the late president. And there were 2 tables. The one was Barbara Bush's table, and one was the president's table. So we were sitting at Barbara Bush's table alongside Sidney Poitier and Warren Beatty and other, like, Warner Brothers presidents, Bob Daley and so on and so forth. Warren Beatty, who was the most charming person who ever lived, is sitting right next to Barbara Bush. And he's just charming, and he's so handsome, and she's loving every second of it. And Jerry walks over, and this is actually a good imitation. And he looks at everybody, "Are you all having a good time?" And we said, "Yes, it's great." And he looks at Warren, who's charming the first lady, and he goes, "Don't even think about it."
By the way, that's a great imitation of Jerry Weintraub.
I love Jerry. We were good friends. And I used to go to Laker games with him because he had the seats right next to the visiting team's bench. So you actually got to sit next to whoever was the last guy on the bench of whatever team they were playing. And that's when first time I met the late Kirk Douglas. It was a Laker playoff game, and I'm sitting next to a player from the Detroit Pistons.
There's a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah, no. But he was 7 for 3, and I can't think of his name now. Anyway, so it's halftime, and I can see Kirk Douglas walking towards. I'd never met him before, and he was such a handsome. That was a movie star. And Jerry says to me, "He's not happy. I canceled him out of the game today to take you." So I was like, "Oh no." So he comes up and he goes, "Kirk, this is Billy Kristol." Say hello, Billy Kristol. And he goes, "You're sitting in my seat." So I said, I'm sorry. And Jerry said, "Oh, stop it. Come on, Kirk, he's hotter than you."
Thank you, Billy. It is always so much fun talking to you. I appreciate it. Well, Billy's commercial will drop, as they say, tomorrow. The great Billy Kristol, everybody. We'll be back with Jamie Harrison. If you like that video, click subscribe, and we'll be together until one of us dies.